As a leader, when you are in the middle of conflict within your organization, do you know the difference in when you were supposed to be a coach versus a referee? Most times when we're dealing with conflict, there are four things that are happening at hand that people need to have the rhythm of their team reestablished, that we need to guide people on how to respect the rules of conduct and standard, that some teams may need us to be a catalyst for their chemistry, or they need us to be a protector of culture. And so when we're going through conflict, we need to differentiate in which of these places do I need to be a coach versus a referee. When you're reestablishing the rhythm, you need to be a coach because there has been no violation of conduct or respect or ethics in this area. But what happens is they are losing or have lost or have not learned the ability of how to work with one another. Usually that happens because they're either catching one another at the wrong time, they are approaching the issue that they're trying to solve or the project that they're working on from different or wrong angles, or they have been given the wrong information about their responsibility and what part of this project that they both have ownership over and that we are looking for results from. So they've gotten wrong information, or they've gotten different information. They've received different information from different places. So what we need to do there is reestablish the rhythm. Remind them that they work together well, right? Get them on the same page to have the same starting point, have the same check-in points that work for both of them so they can speak into that process. Hey, let's start here. When we feel like we're going off the rails, let's have a time where we reflect here. And our goal is to get to the same finish line. The next thing that we need to do is we need to make sure they have the right information. As the leader, you dish out the right information. This is what I want you to handle. This is what I want you to handle. This is what I want both of you to handle. You can either think about how you both want to handle that, or I can give you direction on how to handle that. Which one makes you feel more empowered and gives you more guidance to get to the finish line with a better quality product that we're looking for in a better manner? And so you talk to them about that. So that's where you're a coach. Now, if this issue is about someone not respecting the rules, you need to become a referee because they have either violated the rule, they have either decided to veto the rule, or they have an alternate view of the rule, which means that they are not respecting the standard or the rule before them. And so now you need to jump in the middle of this and be a referee and say, why was the rule not respected? Why was the goalpost moved? What made you do that? You were either right and wrong in doing that. And even if you were right and wrong in doing that, we need to consider the way that you did that when you were working with that team member and how this has caused conflict. This is how we approach adhering to the rule, and if we have some kind of venom towards the rule or we want to veto the rule, this is the process that we need to go through to make sure all people are considered. So when there is something going on with a lack of respect or a lack of adherence or a lack of the rules, we need to become a referee. We do not allow them to fight it out themselves about how rules and standards of conduct should be respected and adhered to. You need to become a referee there. If this is about you being a catalyst for chemistry, about you being the one that pumps them up and working together and starts them off on a good pace in a good collaborative gelling of working together. If this is about being a catalyst for chemistry, you need to be a coach. And when you're coaching, you need to help them understand one another better. You need to give them guidance to complement one another in a vision of the result of what it will look like when they collaborate and cooperate with one another well. That's your job as a catalyst for chemistry. That's what you need to do. And that happens through a coach. But if there's a time when you need to be a protector of culture, This is a place where you are a referee. Now, a protector of culture needs to make sure that we are adhering to the standards of conduct, that we are adhering to the standards of conduct and how we treat one another, how we work with one another, how we regard one another. And this is what this is saying. No matter how good you are at your job, you cannot be an a-hole. No matter how bad you produce, we will always treat you with dignity. Now, dignity isn't your inherent value, that we know that you have value. So there's certain ways that we can't treat you. There's certain ways that we can't talk to you. There's certain ways that we won't even tell you that you're doing a horrible job. We will always give you your inherent value, but this is what you need to know about dignity. Your inherent value doesn't always equal your applied value. So we can say to you, we want to move this person on as our team member because they don't have the applied value that we're looking for. We don't think that they're right for this role or this position because they are not giving the applied value. We think they need to be motivated or they need to be talked to about how they're showing up, because the culture of working hard, being innovative, being creative, giving the last 10%, they are not exhibiting that. And we know that they have inherent value, so we're going to treat them well, but their applied value is not showing up. And we don't have time or room or space for someone that is not bringing an applied value. We don't. We just don't have that time. We need their value to be practical, and we need to see it in the results. So when you are a protector of culture, you make sure that happens. Also, when you're a protector of culture, you are making sure that people are submitting and contributing to an environment of social safety. An environment of social safety says this: conflict will happen, but it needs to be resolved efficiently. We don't allow conflict to linger. We get in there and solve it efficiently. Competition is welcome, but within the lines of pronounced and practice ethics and integrity. We want to welcome competition in places where competition should be welcome. We want our people to be the best. We want them to compete to have the best idea. We want them to be the most innovative and creative. If we're in sales or we're in marketing, we want our teams to be excited about their crushing it in sales or they're bringing the most clients in. We want competition to be welcome, but we want it to be welcome within the lines of pronounced and practice integrity and ethics. And then the last one, when we're protecting culture and we're submitting to an environment of social safety, we say this to them: corporate identity trumps individuality. Who we are as an organization trumps who you are as an individual in this organization. And this is how we say that to them. These are the mile markers we put up. We don't do it your way. We do it the right way. So you may have a time and chance to speak up and say, I think we need to do this way. But understand that at the end, if we don't pick your way, it's because we don't do it your way. We do it the right way. Then we say to them, when we do it our way, we make sure that we don't do it the wrong way. So if there's something that you're speaking into and we decide not to go your way, but we go our way, and our way, in order for us to keep doing it that way, it has to be the right way, and we will set up metrics to show us and keep us accountable to it being the right way. Here's what we also say. In an environment of social safety, we let people know from the beginning, at times we will dictate what the right way is. That even though we have open forums and open floors and we want your opinion, there are going to be times that we are going to dictate what the right way is. Then there will be times that we will collaborate to decide what the right way is. There are going to be times when we're going to dictate what the right way is. There are going to be times when we're going to collaborate and decide what the right way is. And it's never going to be either or 100% of the time. But you need to know that you're safe. We have social safety in that because we're always worried about what the right way is, not your way or my way. What really matters at the end of the day is if this is the right way. And then no matter if we choose our way or your way, no matter if we're dictating or we're collaboratively deciding, one of the things that we will always do is we will always deliberate on what the right way is. We will be an organization of perspective, an organization of efficiency, but not haste. We will be an organization of research and taking our time to make big decisions. And when we do that, we are a protector of culture. We are a referee there, and we will make sure that we are being the right kind of environment that breeds safety in all areas of our organization. As a leader, these are some tips that when you're in the middle of conflict, when you're going through some kind of conflict in your organization, whatever it may be, there are times when you need to be a coach, and there are times when you need to be the referee. I hope this gets you off and launches you into understanding the difference.